back to another fabulous episode of the Madhouse podcast. I'm your host, Maddy Smith, and we've just been having a wonderful, wonderful year so far. Thank you, everyone who's been tuning in, listening, watching, supporting the flow of the Madhouse universe. It is not unnoticed. Your wonderful, wonderful appreciation of this show that we are building and just building even more. We have a wonderful guest today. His name is Bassam Shawl. He is a good friend of mine. I've known him for almost 10 years here in the New York City comedy scene. He is cool as fuck. He's cool as fuck. He's from Syracuse. Shout out Orange. Shout out Big Orange. Shout out Central New York. Shout out Upstate. Look at my arm. Look at my arm. That looks funny as fuck. I got my button up on because Bassam means business, all right? Bassam means business in Hindu. And we shoot the shit. We talk about Bend It Like Beckham. We talked about his 3-day extravagant wedding and a lot more. So stay tuned for that. As always, MaddySmithComedy.com for my tour dates. Things are just popping off. February, I'm coming to OXNARD, California, doing a bunch of shows at the Improv, which is near Los Angeles. So if you live near there, come out and see me there. Also going to be at Vermont Comedy Club, which is in Burlington. So would love to see the libtards. Everything else, just go to MaddySmithComedy.com. I have a monthly residency at New York Comedy Club. So if you live in the Bay Apple, the next one is Thursday, February 5th. Grab your tickets now. And yeah, that's really it, you guys. It's very, very chilly here in New York. We're talking feels like negative 200. So we're just trying to keep warm, bundle up, and just focus on I don't know, okay? I'm watching Mad Men, and it's just, it's so good. It's so good. I just want to always be watching Mad Men, because it's so good. This is my impression of Don Draper. That's what the money is for. Is that good? And this is Peggy Olson. Don, you never say thank you. And this is Roger. Well, sure, Chinaman can. I don't know. Okay, anyway. Pete Campbell. Don, Trudy and I are moving to Cos Cob. And then Trudy's like, Peter, sit down. You're so stressed. I'm sure my father could help us out. And then Betty's like, Don, I'm not in love with you. Okay, anyway. So you guys got to watch Mad Men because it's the best show in the way. Stay tuned for an incredible episode of the Madhouse podcast.
I don't know if you guys know this about Apple, but they actually have a policy where bad guys in TV and film, they're not allowed to use Apple products on screen. That's a huge spoiler alert when you're watching anything now, right? My wife's like, so how do you know he's the killer? I'm like, well, his texts are green. All right? He has a Lenovo laptop and a Dell desktop. That's pretty suspicious. Everyone has AirPods. He has Bose headphones. That's foreshadowing. It's the police lineup. It's the guy with the Google Watch. Come on.
Hey, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Madhouse podcast. I'm joined today by a guest who you're going to love, and he's going to introduce himself because I write intros for the guests that they read for themselves.
Like a hostage letter?
Yep, basically. So clap it up for your guest. Clap it up.
In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most gracious.
Bruh,
Well, okay,
don't...
sorry, that's what...
Don't put words in my mouth.
Okay, sup, Madhouse? My name is Bassam Shawl, and I am a legend in the making. I am a stand-up comedian.
You gotta it's like a late night set. You gotta give him space to,
To breathe?
Yep.
Okay, I'm a stand-up comedian, and most recently, a daddy.
Hey!
I love my family. Don't you ever fucking cross them or I'll kill you. Audio shout out. It might sound like it, but I'm not just another white male comedian. I'm actually brown as Kashmir strong. Sigma Beta Rho rise up. How the do you know that?
Why wouldn't I know that?
The research that you guys have done.
I researched. Give it. Say your name. Did you say your name?
Yeah, I said my name.
Give it up for Bassam Shawl. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Muffa.
Honored to be here.
So happy you're here.
Yeah, dude.
This is really exciting.
I know.
So obviously we know each other from comedy in New York City.
I think it's been a decade.
Yeah.
I feel like it's been a decade.
Yep.
Yeah.
We've been doing shows together. I've done your show a bunch. We've
you
hung out
have.
at the Stand, New York Comedy Club. It's been a ride.
The Lantern.
At the Lantern back in the day, now called some comedy shop
The
or
comedy
something.
Ways and Means. The Comedy Shop.
Yeah.
Um,
One time it was Bronx River Brewing Company.
Yeah,
It's-
yeah,
what
yeah.
the was that?
it's a very poly name.
Yeah,
For it. at this point.
absolutely.
Yeah, it's gone through a lot of dead names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And another, thing we have is that we're both from the region of Western upstate New York.
Absolutely.
Syracuse strong, baby.
Wegmans country.
That's right.
Yeah. Danny's land.
Danny Wegman, who drives his boat over the speed limit on the Canandaigua Lake.
Oh, he's on that lake?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good lake.
It is a good lake.
Yeah,
One of the better Finger Lakes. What's up? Tell us about like the latest with you right now.
The latest, well, I'm back upstate now, technically. Well, Westchester. I don't know if Westchester is that upstate now.
It's to us city slickers. You're in the country.
You're in the country. You're in
You
the
made the
States.
move because you had a
I
kid.
had a baby. 7 months.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I couldn't stand the city being operated by a Muslim. I couldn't bear it, and I had to get the out.
You were out
Yeah.
before Zoran even was in the run. You felt it in the air. You were like, things are changing, and I'm not okay with it.
I took a non-free bus
Yeah,
to Westchester.
Exactly.
And I planted my roots there. But yeah, I'm off the Metro North, which is not terrible. It's better than Long Island. Or Jersey. No offense to Jersey people, but yeah, I'd always think I'd end up back upstate. Upstate's it's got a little charm.
It's a vibe.
It's a vibe.
I mean, obviously Syracuse is like way further up.
Yeah, I mean, when people talk about upstate, they don't realize that like central New York, that's what Syracuse is. It's like central New
Yeah.
York. It's not even considered like upstate New
Yeah,
York. Because, like,
CNY.
CNY, right? So like Buffalo is western.
Yep.
But like you have like Lake Placid. That's like real upstate.
Yes,
Like,
that's up there, like Canada, Vermont area.
Yeah.
Right
That
next.
shit, that
Yeah,
shit is adjacent.
like next to Burlington.
Yeah, whatever the Berkshires are.
Berkshires are
Berkshires.
more Western Mass,
Okay.
even further up, like
don't they
Lake
touch?
Champlain.
Don't they touch?
Yes, Massachusetts, but
Yeah.
when you talk about Lake Placid, is even further up
Yeah, it's further.
Yeah,
up. You been
yeah.
there?
to Lake Placid.
Yeah.
No, I would love to.
It's pretty nice.
You been? Yeah. I do love the Adirondacks. I don't get up there enough.
It's quaint.
Yes.
Yes.
I love Lake George.
Lake George is nice too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was born in Buffalo. Mm-hmm. Millard Fillmore. Shout out.
Oh, shout out.
out.
Millard Fillmore. What was he shot? Was he shot in? Wasn't he shot or McKinley or something in Buffalo?
Was he shot in
Was
Buffalo?
Millard Fillmore shot in Buffalo? I think that's why they have that.
The hospital in the metro?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
Yeah. The unit is only for bullet wounds.
Yeah.
patients.
If you get shot, you can go there.
Yeah.
Your baby was shot.
Maybe
Bring him
we're
in.
shot.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you're born in Buffalo.
Born in Buffalo. A lot of Kashmiris.
Yes.
They all for some reason migrated to Buffalo. There's a lot of like medicine and stuff
Yeah.
there, so they were like, all right, let's jump on this.
Yep.
And but then we moved to Syracuse when I was like around like 5 or 6.
And your parents are from Kashmir.
They're from Kashmir.
Tell me about Kashmir, because I don't really.
That's what this thing is.
Yeah.
Right here, baby.
All I know is I have Kashmir sweater.
Hey, blam, blam.
It's a region of India, right?
It is, yeah. It's like, it's basically the Palestine of India.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like a hotspot, and it's contested for.
It's contested. Yeah.
Yes.
Like since like even before the 40s, but yeah, between like India and Pakistan.
Yeah.
And then China's got a little bit of part in there too.
Really?
Yeah, just a little nuclear gangbang.
And did your parents leave because of the stress there?
No, I mean, I think they were just like economic opportunities is not like very
Yeah.
vast here. And they were actually the first, I think, in their both respective families to kind of like come to the States.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was actually the first out of like all of like my first cousins on both sides to be born in America.
Really?
I am the American dream.
Yeah, you definitely are.
Yeah.
I mean, you work at Warner Brothers.
We don't.
We don't have to talk about it. I mean, you're a stand-up comedian
Yes,
full time.
I am a stand-up comedian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your parents moved, and you ended up in Syracuse, Kashmir.
Yeah.
And did they find like a community in Syracuse?
There's definitely a lot of brown people for sure, but yeah, for Buffalo, like there was just like neighborhoods full of us, just
Yeah.
like Icewood had like a field day.
Oh my
In
God.
Buffalo in the 90s.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's just
They'd
the
be loving
influx.
it. They'd be feasting.
They'd be feasting
They'd
over
be
there.
feasting on your ass.
Yeah.
Faux show.
They would be throwing us into these tables. They would throw us
Oh,
into
yeah,
these
yeah, yeah.
plastic tables.
Yeah.
I think, for sure.
Ice comes to Buffalo
Ice
and they
comes-
throw
yeah.
people through tables.
That's a tailgate.
That's fire.
Yeah.
That's fire.
So I grew up there with like a lot of like older cousins, and they were all obsessed with the Bills. They were obsessed with WWE, so they would practice their moves on me. And then Syracuse was good. It was a college town. It's a little sneakier. I feel like in terms of like a city, it doesn't really have like a lot to offer from a city point of view. But the university was cool. I was 10 when they won the national championship for college basketball with like Carmelo. Yeah. And like the amount of joy that the people could have in that type of city and that like because it's never been done before. That was like their first championship and only championship at the moment. So I would love the Bills to do that because I know it will be such a huge
nuts.
It'd
be nuts.
But who knows if it'll.
I don't want to be that guy, but like obviously, woohoo, let's go. Yeah. But I go to bed thinking I'm never going to see a Bills Super Bowl in my lifetime.
What's interesting about at least my sports teams, because it's like Bills, Syracuse, and like the Knicks. The Knicks have been obviously good recently, but then right now like they kind of like kind of shit in the bed. But I've grown up with really bad sports teams, but I'm okay with that. I'm okay with the underdog and kind of like shitty because it's like the moments of joy are so like fleeting. But they feel better.
I know. Imagine being like a Patriots fan.
Yeah, dude. You know.
Or Yankees, like hack. Of course you are. Yeah. Of course you're a Yankees fan.
It's just like, being Alexander the Great, it's like you just have unlimited pussy. Yeah. And so eventually you just like move on.
Yes, to guys.
To guys. Yeah.
Exactly.
So it's like you're so bored of it. And like we still haven't even touched anything.
I know.
The vulva, nothing.
Exactly. But barely even scratched first base. Yeah. I know.
So the edging of it makes it feel like when we actually kind of achieve that, it will be like an incredible climax.
Yeah. Oh my god! Fuck, they won.
Danny, wait, man. Oh, Pagula.
Oh, Pagula. Pagula, that's the guy who owns them, and his daughter's a tennis player.
Yeah, she is a tennis player.
Yes.
Yeah. Because you can't even argue that she's a nepo baby, because there's a certain level of skill. Yeah. But tennis is like a very rich sport, so you do have to have like proper training to like actually.
And she got in early.
She got in there early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. I wasn't playing tennis growing up.
You wasn't?
No. I didn't play any of the elite activities.
No.
It was like soccer, swimming.
Yeah. You did musicals too, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, obviously.
I did that.
You did?
Yeah.
Yes. Did we talk about this?
I think we alluded to it.
Okay, so tell me about your musical theater career.
So I was never even a good singer. I think I just was able to kind of like hit the low note.
But if you're a guy, like I remember being so pissed at the guys in high school because they could like hold a tune for 10 seconds and they would get the spot. They would get the part. Meanwhile, there's like 80 girls who can sing really well. So much competition. Yeah,
I think musicals in high school prepared me for how comedy, politics, and like the social landscape of that really is like set up. Because it is very competitive. It's very incestuous. Like everyone's kind of like their whole like emotions are very tied to like the success of like the part that they get or like how the show goes. So I went in just being like, I want to be the comic relief guy. And I had a lot of friends who were like more serious about like the main roles. But I like the sort of like the bit roles that kind of would like steal the show, quote unquote.
Oh! Everyone's talking about Bassam. Everyone's talking about Bassam.
Oh my God, but Bassam, best supporting actor.
He was fun. He was really funny.
It was good.
What roles did you play?
So, first role was West Side Story, and this is the thing, they needed people in West Side Story. They were recruiting guys because they just didn't have enough guys, and then they needed Puerto Ricans, and I was the only one that kind of semi-resembled a Boricua.
Oh, yes. They're like, brown guy. Get over here. And you went to like a suburban school, probably, right?
Yeah. Suburban. It was like relatively affluent, but then they have like some diversity because, we needed our sports teams to be somewhat good.
Yeah. Like 1,200 kids. 1,200 kids. AP classes.
Yes. Yep. Wow, good summary.
Thriving sports program.
Thriving lacrosse basketball program. Our musicals were really good. Like we brought in like a Broadway director and choreographer for all that kind of shit. Yeah. And so it was like a pretty good like facility run school. Like, there was like a lot of good resources there. And so my first role was West Side Story. I was a fucking Puerto Rican. And second year was All Shook Up, which was Elvis. Right? Yep. It was like a newer musical, but I had never really listened to Elvis music growing up. And then I got a good appreciation from it. And then junior year was Anything Goes.
I was in Anything Goes junior year.
Where were you?
Just a
little bit part?
Yeah, just a girl on the boat.
I was
a fine brushstroke.
I was the purser.
Okay, yep.
Yeah, and that was a good role because there are some like comedic moments. Yes. And so I was able to kind of actually like showcase a little bit of my bits. And
Anything Goes has two very inappropriate non-PC parts to Chinamen.
Oh, dude, that's so funny that you brought that
Chinamen,
up.
yes.
So for your school, who played those roles?
Two white guys.
Two
And
white
do you know what
guys.
they did?
They did the accent.
And they taped their eyes. They taped their fucking eyes.
We didn't tape the eyes.
You would have thought I went to school in 1952.
Yes.
Nope. 2008.
Dude.
Tape a mofo's eyes.
Oh
and we
my
had Chinese
God.
kids. Nope. Let's use the white ones.
I know.
Yeah.
And they'll never get SNL.
I know because of it. Because of it.
Yo,
It's tainted.
it's crazy because I will think back to that, and there were two white guys playing those roles, and they were squinting.
Yeah,
They were doing
yep.
the most,
Yep.
like, just...
It was like propaganda about Asian people.
Asian people
Yeah.
gambling.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was...
Yeah, like, oh, yeah.
We like Timu.
Yeah.
Like, what?
What the hell?
Where the fuck did this come
What the hell are you talking about?
So that was kind of funny to go back to that and imagine, like, wow, they really just didn't care about
No.
casting that. But then my senior year, they did The Wiz. And the funny thing is, like, we didn't
Ooh.
have that many black people in our school.
No, you probably had one.
We had
right?
one.
Yeah.
And so this is the thing, like, people were auditioning
The
for The
Wiz is crazy.
It's insane. Even
Yes,
All Shook
Wiz,
Up.
yes.
Even All Shook Up.
That's-
Because
yeah.
there's also some, like, racial things with All Shook Up.
Yeah.
And they kind of just were like, no, he's just a poor white guy.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, he's just in a different class. You know,
yes.
he's blue collar.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
But for The Wiz, I remember, like, we had a guy, he was a black guy, and he was, like, very involved in our musical theater program, and there was other people auditioning for The Wiz, and his dad was, like, a very big, like, black community leader, met with, like, the school being like, look, if you're putting on The Wiz and you don't make The Wiz a black guy, like, we're going to make this
Yep.
into some type
We're
of,
canceling
like,
you.
yeah, no, we're going to blow this
What
up.
was your town name?
James will do it. We'll do it. Was like,
We'll be putting you in the DeWitt B.
in the Do It B.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the Post Standard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Reddit is going to hear about this.
They'll be hearing.
Yeah.
So did he get the part?
Yeah, you got the part. He actually did pretty well.
The Wiz is better than The Wizard of Oz and Wicked combined.
I've never seen Wicked.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. I'll see it on the plane one day.
I actually didn't watch the movies.
You didn't watch
I've
the
seen the
movies?
play. It's a fire musical, but
Yeah.
it did not need to be two movies.
So you've been to Broadway shows in New York.
Actually, I've only been to one Broadway show in New York.
Harry
We were
Potter?
going to Shays in Buffalo, and I saw Wicked in Toronto. Like my dad took me in 8th grade or something.
okay.
I saw Aladdin on
That's why I'm here.
yes on the carpet.
Yeah.
And it actually wasn't bad. I went in being like, this is gonna suck.
Yeah.
Fire.
No, I mean,
Fire.
why wouldn't that be
The
good?
genie was the best part because the genie's like a flamboyant black guy. Fire.
Yeah.
Yep.
Robin Williams, flamboyant black guy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, I've never seen a Broadway show, a Broadway musical. I've been kind of dying to do that. But I've only seen Harry Potter here. And then I saw this thing called The Doll's House.
Yeah.
Which is...
We saw that.
Really?
We saw
With
that.
Jessica?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Maybe you're in the same theater as us.
I think so.
Place was going crazy.
Weren't you her understudy?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was like, please get sick.
It was so funny where, like, the beginning of the show, she's just sitting.
Yeah.
And everyone's kind of, like, murmuring, like, is that her? Like, is that a doll?
I know,
right? And
I know,
she's
I
just
know.
straight.
Yep.
And it's like she's sitting there for, like, 30 minutes.
I know.
And the play, like, it's like that, like, spinning Jenny.
Yep.
It's,
So like bare bones.
it's so bare bones, and I liked it, but I remember my wife was like, what the fuck are we doing here? And it was like during the whole like smoke in the air.
Oh
like,
yes,
yeah.
yep.
And
The sky was orange.
Yeah, sky was
We're
orange.
We're going to see a play. I'm
Yeah.
like, hey, should we get coffee first?
It was like we're on our way to die, and then we just see this like dress rehearsal looking show.
Yes.
I mean, it's incredibly well acted.
Yeah,
and
it was
she
so
did such
good.
a
And the
great
guy
job.
from Succession.
Yeah.
I forgot his name.
Arian.
Yes.
It's really funny so I met him at the stand, and like, we hit it off, like we exchanged Instagram. He was, he was a really cool guy. And then, he was on the show. So I DM'd him. I was like, hey man, I'm going to come see your show. And I'm really excited. Like left me on red and then just unfollowed me. I was like, bro, I supported your show. I came to your show and you just were like, fuck you, man.
Fuck you, bitch. I got a ratio to keep up. Wow.
Yeah, it was the
Ruthless.
most secession move you could have ever pulled right there.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I was feeling sad.
Wow.
It is what it is.
It's so sad.
Sorry, Arian.
That's really sad.
Yeah.
I feel bad for you.
It's all good. My Twitter or my Instagram ratio it could be better.
Right. What are we looking at your followers right
I think
now?
I'm like 23.
23K?
23.
Or 23 flat?
23.
23,000 followers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now you're doing stand-up.
I'm doing stand-up.
Obviously, you were doing musical theater in high school and the comedic relief, so you knew, like, I'm funny as f***. Were you, like, when you were in high school, were you hanging out with the brown guys? And were they like, oh, Bassam is so crazy.
Yeah, right?
Oh, he's so
You should be a
jokey.
leader.
He makes jokes.
We should do videos.
Video. Bassam.
I was actually friends with the enemy. I was friends with, I was friends with a lot of Jewish kids growing up.
Really?
So many Jewish friends growing up, and that's really kind of turned me on to like stand up. They got me into Seinfeld. They got me into Curb. So yeah, all my best friends growing up were all members of the tribe. So like Christmas was always like Chinese food and a movie. So they kind of like got me into theater. They got me into like the musicals, and then kind of like doing stuff like outside of high school. And then college, I tried out for improv. I didn't make it.
Yep. Saw that on your bio.
Oh, you did?
I would scrub that from the internet.
You're right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You don't want to tell people you didn't make a college improv troupe.
Couldn't even do UCB. Couldn't do Pitt. I couldn't do Syracuse improv. Yeah.
Actually, I have a worse story. I signed up to audition for my college improv troupe, and then I didn't go.
Why didn't you go? You were nervous?
Yep.
Wow.
I was nervous I wouldn't get it, and it would like be part of my identity, not making it. So you're better than me.
Yeah, I clearly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I feel like the fact that I went and I bombed, it was very like, oh, I can't do this.
Yeah.
And so when I got to college, after college, I moved to DC because I studied politics. And so DC, I saw like a show there. It was kind of like a booked open mic. And then I was like, oh, I love to do that. I would love to make this like a hobby. And so I started like just doing like, mics and like 5-minute sets in DC.
Like 2014,
2016.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then I was really like, I just didn't like my job anymore.
Yeah.
I was like,
Were you working in government?
Yeah, I was a lobbyist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For what?
For the Qatari government.
What?
Yeah, man.
You're nuts.
Why not?
That's crazy.
They got banked, bro.
What were you doing? Were you making a lot of money?
No, I was not making
Okay,
money.
so entry, like kind of entry. But maybe you would have at some...
40K, 45K.
Yeah, standard, but maybe you would have
maybe I would have down the line.
Like if you stuck, yeah.
Got
if you were like
money.
obsessed with it and got really into it, like
right?
Yeah.
No, people actually like went, like they fully went to Qatar to work there.
Oh my god, it's too sandy.
It's too sandy. The airlines are too fancy.
I hate the beach.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, they were hosting the World Cup.
Yes.
Before I was like starting there, and their whole thing was like, we got to cover up the human rights abuses. Leading up to this, so here we're gonna hire you guys.
Really?
And it was like a lot of like, there's 3 firms that they have.
What were you looking at? PowerPoints of like people held hostage and they're with like a big red circle with a slash through it over the hostages. Like, we don't do that anymore.
We don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
But like they had like a lot of like Indians. They had a lot of Indian migrants come, and they were basically the Mexicans of like doing the construction there.
Oh, wow.
And so the conditions were so bad. Like the heat there is like insane.
Yeah.
And that these people would just die. And so, like, you have to, like, cover that up. It's like, well, he had a pre-existing condition, actually. He was a little malnourished.
Yeah, dude, he just couldn't handle it.
Couldn't handle it,
Asthma,
dude.
sand going into his throat.
We're built different.
He was a pussy.
Yeah,
so
seriously.
It's like Andrew Cuomo hiding the bodies at the nursing home. They were old.
It was that. I expedited it.
Yeah.
They took their passports, they really, like, put them in, like, shanties.
Oh, my God.
So it was not a very good situation
Slavery.
for them. Yeah.
Slavery.
Yeah, but they got paid.
Right.
Yeah.
Like what? $1 a day?
Whatever they
Qatari a day or whatever.
A dinar.
Yeah.
A real. So yeah, that was most of my job. And then, Trump got elected, and I was kind of like, wow, no one wants to be here anymore.
Yeah, this is weird.
It's weird. And then I always wanted to live in New York. I think when you grow up in upstate, especially.
Yeah,
like in New
I always
York,
wanted to too. Yeah.
It's like I would visit friends. A lot of my friends from Syracuse graduated. They moved to New York. I'd always visit New York. And then, like, visiting New York is so much different than actually living in New York, right? And so when you move here, I was in like the Upper East Side first, and it's such like a, who am I now?
Yeah.
Like I have to like reinvent like what the fuck I am, and like who my personality is. Because like DC, everyone's like very like political and like very like kind of like what's talking about like what's going on in the news. And for comedy in New York, I feel like people are like, this is what the.
Yeah, what are you talking about? We are choosing to not be in society.
Yeah. We just like be funny, but don't make this like a TED Talk.
Yeah.
Or don't try to like reference like whatever the Mitch McConnell is doing. Because like we really don't care. We're just focusing on like money and like the struggle. So that was interesting. It was a good change up there. But yeah, I remember meeting you, I think, at the Lantern. And you were like very well kind of like already established. And I remember you like cut the line once for a mic, and I was like so pissed. And I'm like, women in my country?
Bye, bitch. Yeah, in
they
your country?
don't even get in line.
Yeah. They don't. Right. They can't get on a microphone. They can't drive. Yeah. They can't do anything.
It was eye-opening.
This is I this New York place is too liberal for me. So I had stuff. I had places to be, but
You had
I
places to be.
probably had an audition at Broadway Comedy Club or something.
The industry
that
room.
I was. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So okay, so then you moved to New York, and then stand up, and the rest is history.
The rest is history. Yeah, it's been like 10 years, almost 10 years now
Yeah.
since I've been in New York. But yeah, and then I feel like with New York, like I was very eager to impress. That was like my big thing because like in DC, it was a very it was a good scene. It was a very tight run scene, and there was a lot of stage time. But with New York, I remember like open mics in DC, like you actually have people there.
Yeah.
And so like you go to New York and like the reset was like really fucking challenging.
Yeah.
And so I'm
humiliating.
out there. Yeah, barking for the lantern.
Yeah.
Which you still get paid, which is kind of nice, and like you actually get in front of people. But like it was at a weird time where like everyone's like, oh, industry, and like the energy is now shifted to like Brooklyn, and then the club scene is no longer like
I know.
relevant.
Yeah, they're like, oh, you're a club comedian?
Yeah.
Gross.
They're like, go back to your touristy rooms.
Yes.
You fucking
yeah.
hack.
It's like pre-COVID,
Yeah.
it was like Brooklyn comedy was where it was at.
Yeah.
And they would talk about the club comedians like hacks, misogynists,
sellout,
old
racist.
old school sellouts.
You're performing for racists.
Yeah. I would be like in Brooklyn. I'd be like, I'm gonna go to New York Comedy Club later. I have a guest spot or something, and people would be like, oh, I didn't know you did the clubs.
Didn't know you were.
Now it's like those bitches would suck someone off to get in the comedy club.
to get a check spot there. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the craziest thing. I think I realized that like, after the pandemic, like the comedy economy in New York, especially, like had a hard reset. But people were obviously like starting their own shows and like starting their own clubs. But people really didn't understand like the vengeance of how far like the clubs would come back.
Yeah.
And that people were more of like we should be part of this.
Yeah.
Rather than sort of like appeasing to like a certain demographic that lives in a trendy neighborhood.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that makes you obviously just like a better comic
Yeah.
on the road and
Yeah.
in general, So I was happy being on the streets, a street rat, like Aladdin in Greenwich Village.
Yeah. Gotta eat to live, gotta steal to eat.
Gotta steal to eat.
What do you eat to do?
A whole new mic.
A new bit that I'd love to try.
And I feel like for me it was humbling because I was like a very cocky piece of shit. So I think like being in the streets was like very like,
Well, yeah, you're a Qatari lobbyist.
Yeah.
Moving to New York, we don't care.
No one cares.
We don't care about that.
Where is Qatar? Is that the
Yes, what do you
is that
mean?
the taxi company?
When you started, were you doing jokes about being a lobbyist? Or
Not so much. I think it was very, lowbrow, brown hack.
yeah.
It was very easy.
do you do impressions of your parents? Are you...
I've tried to shy away from that.
Yes, yes. There's a huge debate within the brown world of
There is.
doing voices of your parents.
It is the tell is
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. Age is old as time. I don't know what to tell you. Story
Yes.
is old as time. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I definitely have like stories about my parents, but I feel like just to do the accent, it's like, okay, is this why people are laughing? I'd rather it kind of like be like a writing kind of thing where they're laughing at. So yeah, I had to switch it up a little bit.
Are your parents doctors? What are they?
My dad is a doctor.
Yeah, what kind of doctor?
Internal medicine.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you're rich as...
We were
We're
like
comfortable.
well off.
We were
yeah.
Yeah.
I had to take some loans out for college because they didn't want me to live on campus.
Oh, so you had to pay for that part, like by yourself?
Yeah, I had to like take out some loans.
They wanted you to commute to Syracuse?
Dude, I lived 5 minutes away from the campus,
Yeah.
and I had a car. But the room and board at Syracuse was like $13,000 a semester.
It's so much, yeah.
And my parents were like, "We don't want you to have a social life.
Yeah.
We don't want you
But
to fuck. Yeah, we don't want you to fuck, dude."
Your mom's like, my son is just too much. Too much. Yeah.
I need him close.
It's
Laundry day every day.
Do you like Bend It Like Beckham? Did you ever see that movie?
Dude, I was a very big fan of that movie.
So good. I watched it maybe a few months ago. I
the
saw it on
first time?
no, not the first time.
Okay.
I played soccer growing up, so my dad took me to see it in theaters when it first came out.
theaters?
Tiny little theater.
Yeah.
Very limited release. Like we had to go to the
Only Indians there.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
it was me and a bunch of Indians. We were like, "Oh, this is such a good movie."
Yeah.
And it's some tiny theater in a college town because it was such an indie film.
Yeah.
Fire movie.
No, we had it on DVD.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
straight up. I remember showing like my white friends this, and they were kind of just like, "Bro, this is like a chick movie, dude."
Bruh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a good one.
But like, it's good.
It's
bro.
really
Like,
good. It's funny as fuck.
It's funny. I actually
Her-
haven't seen it in a long time.
Her parents are really funny.
Really
Her
funny.
dad is really funny.
Yes.
I like how her dad pulls through in the end and is like, "I gave up cricket. I refuse to let you give something up because of that." Oh,
The Irish guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pervert. I just wish she didn't end up with him at the end.
Yeah.
Because it would have been better.
I agree.
Like, but they'll probably break up anyway.
Even the part where he like, she's like her gay friend. I didn't even pick up on the fact that he was gay for a while. He's like, no, Jess, I really like Beckham.
Yes.
I was like,
I know. Yeah, you're like, what do you mean?
Okay,
I like Beckham too.
He's like, but you're Indian. He's like,
he's like, no,
yeah.
I really like him.
that, yeah.
Cute, subtle.
Yeah.
There's a lot of subtle stuff in there. I love.
really like Brooklyn Beckham.
Yes, I love Brooklyn Beckham and his weird feud with his family.
I want to grind on him.
I want to know what's going on with him and his parents, And I also love the sister's wedding.
The sister's
all
wedding,
that stuff.
yeah.
And you're married.
I am married.
Did you have a massive wedding?
That's my biggest credit. Yeah, we had a massive wedding. It was like 400 people.
Was it multi-days?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was like a whole Coachella weekend, bro.
What is that? Can you give us the rundown of, all that? And
so there's
and how white people ended up as one night in a barn and you guys do 3 days and
the barn is
whole
cool, though.
celebration?
I would love to do the barn. Yeah. It's kitschy.
it's kitschy. Yeah, it's
unique.
okay.
Yeah, take a little John Deere photo later.
Yeah, mason jar, centerpieces, etc.
So there's the first event, the Maddy,
Mm-hmm.
which is basically like, quote unquote, like the women's event. There's a lot of dancing,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like the most colorful event, and it's like sort of like before the festivities kind of officially kick off. But
And
like,
is that where I'll see Instagram reels of like 5,000 men dancing?
yeah,
that at the Maddy?
It'll be mostly women dancing.
Okay.
But yeah, there'll be some men performances too.
I've
but
seen
that's when like everyone's dressing up kind of like in the traditional sort of
Okay,
sense
yep.
of like, wearing a kurta.
Now, how much is one of those outfits?
I mean, Jackson Heights, you can get it for like 8 cents, man.
Oh, really?
Like there's not that much.
I didn't know if it was like the
There's obviously
the Hasidic hats.
Yeah.
Those hats are like $8,000.
no way.
They're really expensive.
What?
Yeah.
Fuck, now I gotta rob these guys.
I know.
Yeah.
It's like a statement.
But
You're like,
that would be a hate crime.
yeah.
Yeah.
For how much they save money, you'd think they wouldn't spend on a hat like that.
I mean, but it's like an all year round thing. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
They get some good usage out of it.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, that first night is like dancing and like
Speeches or
not so much speeches.
more just
no.
get together,
Yeah.
party. Yep.
Then the second part, and you don't have to blank this. It's the nikah.
Whoa, Bassam.
Whoa, a
Nikah, please.
yay, not er.
So what the nikah involves?
It's the actual like religious part of the ceremony.
Okay.
So like our families were Muslim, so that's like more of like you're kind of like doing the whole like Islamic I do.
Mm-hmm.
But we kind of made it a little bit more Western, and like I was wearing a tux, she was wearing like a white dress.
Oh my god.
And it was like in her like
Her mother was crying.
yeah, kind of, because like they want the big thing with the nikah is that you're supposed to be on the couch.
Yes.
the casting- the casting couch.
Yes.
Yeah.
The two of you.
The two of
right?
us, yeah.
Yeah.
And everyone's just sort of kind of like huddled around you,
Yeah.
and you kind of like do your spiel there.
Is there is there a priest or whatever?
Yeah, imam.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
And so he was kind of like confused, like, what the fuck is going on? Yeah. And it was funny a moment where like, obviously in like the white weddings, it's like you may not kiss the bride, and we kind of had that moment.
You may now hold hands.
Yeah, like literally, it's like she can now like hug you.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know? And so that
like,
we kind of like looked at each other like, what do we do?
Yeah.
Because it's like we didn't rehearse this part, and like our parents are around, so we kept it pretty PG.
Yeah.
And then the last part is called like the walima, and that's like more of like the reception.
Okay.
And so there's a lot of speeches there, and
Okay.
more dances, and then the dance floor was open like all 3 nights for my wedding. It's a very fun dance floor.
And what is these? I've seen videos of like 500 guys entering a room
Yeah,
dancing. Did that happen at yours?
yeah, and that wasn't an Indian wedding. That was just on your search bar.
Yeah.
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 But yeah, we had like a lot of people sort of like make crazy entrances.
Yes.
And so for like me, like I had like a lot of friends backing me up, and like they all like had like coordinated outfits.
Fire.
And yeah, it was a fun time.
Is there drinking?
So no, not like officially, but like we encourage everyone like bring flasks, like pregame
Oh,
before.
okay. Yeah.
There's a bar outside of like the dining hall.
Like a
area.
cash bar?
Yeah. Because like for like Muslims, it's like it's not. So
I know,
much
what's
of a
the
thing.
vibe?
It's not a vibe. We definitely made it fun. We were telling like our friends like
Yeah.
no one's gonna really care. Just
Yeah.
like be a little more subtle about
Yeah.
it. But you go to like an Indian Hindu wedding, it's completely different. You know what I mean?
There is drinking?
So much.
Yeah, right.
They're like taking like belly button shots of like Jack Daniels.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, stupid question.
Go ahead.
If you're Muslim,
Yeah.
is a lot of people in the Kashmir region?
Yeah, so
Muslim?
it's mostly predominantly Muslim.
And is that why there's
There's some
fighting
friction.
over it?
Yeah, there's some friction on that because most of India is like predominantly
Hindu.
Hindu.
Yeah.
And then out of like the states and like the regions in India, the only Muslim majority region is Kashmir.
Okay. How did it end up Muslim? Is that a stupid question?
No, it's not a stupid question at all.
thanks.
So there was a lot of Persian, I guess, like emissaries and like Islamic kind of like, scholars who like went to Kashmir and they slowly kind of converted people, not through the sword. It was
Right.
just, they made a good case.
Yes.
They made a very compelling offer.
Yes.
And so people kind of like gravitated towards that. And then, eventually I think most of the people kind of just like eventually converted to
Got
Islam.
it.
But there was like a lot of Hindus that are Kashmiri, but then they kind of in the 90s had a worse stretch than the Bills, if you think about it. Yeah.
Got it.
They weren't on the winning end of things.
And then when you met your wife, did you meet your wife in Syracuse, DC?
No, I met her here in New York. I met her in Brooklyn. She lived 5 blocks away from me in Williamsburg.
How'd you meet her? Hinge, yep.
But I knew her brother. Her brother was doing stand-up in DC before I met her.
Really?
And he put in a good word for me when we matched. We matched and we met during like May of 2020. So like we both got back from New York after like a few months of fleeing from the pandemic, and it kind of just really took off from there because like stand up wasn't happening.
Yeah.
And I tell her this like all the time. It was like, I'm not this free.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Just wait, bitch.
yeah, just wait.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you're gonna have to share me.
Open mic.
Yeah.
Another open mic. Show. Bring her show. Another
I
open
have
mic.
a mistress.
Yes.
And her
Yeah.
name is
Comedy.
Comedy. And so she was so like happy to kind of like, oh wow, this guy is super into me, wants to hang out all the time,
Right.
and like all that. And I was just like, I just want you to know, when life comes back,
Yeah.
it's gonna be very different.
She's like, we'll have a baby.
yeah, exactly. I'm gonna trap this motherfucker.
Yeah.
And so it was a little bit of an adjustment period, but then she kind of got into it. And she went to Parsons, so she works in creative fields.
Oh, cute.
She works in fashion.
And she's Muslim.
She is Muslim.
Is she from Kashmir or somewhere else?
Pakistani?
Okay.
So they.
Is that weird?
It's not weird. No, not at all. My parents are very happy with that.
Yeah.
So like with Pakistan, a lot of things with Pakistan is that like they're basically Indian Muslims that just sort of like came up there during the partition. They like kind of had to like flee.
Yeah.
And so her family is originally from like this northern part of India, but then they went to this part of Pakistan. And then her parents were both like kind of like raised in the States and like grew up in the States. And she grew up in like Milwaukee, so very like Midwestern kind of upbringing. And so like our cultural backgrounds are very similar. There's like a few like minor differences, but for the most part, like we could be cousins.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Why not?
You just see how your kid grows into his features.
Yeah.
You'll know. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now you have a kid.
I have a baby.
And he's got a little baby. His
Yeah.
name is Cyrus.
Cy guy.
Cutest name in the world.
Thank you.
How do you feel? Do you feel different? A lot of comedians I've talked to when they have a kid, they're like, nothing. Like comedy doesn't matter as much. Like they don't. Like the stakes are a little lower because there's something else.
You definitely, when you hold your baby, you feel very fulfilled. You don't really have that hole that I think we're all looking to fill with comedy.
Yeah.
It definitely like, it gets a little smaller. Not to make this so like, about holes. But
My hole is so small.
I know. It's so tight. And then, so I feel like with him now, if I obviously have a show in the city, I'm going to go do the show. But if like I know the show is maybe not going to be that great, or if it's like maybe like a mic or something like that, like I don't need to go, I'll really feel like, I can actually stay home and like feel pretty good about it. He sleeps really well. That's the best part.
Good.
Where everyone is telling me like horror stories about like kids having to get up every like 2 or 3 hours. Like thankfully, like the indica in our system just managed to kind of like get into the cum.
Seeped into him. Yep.
And so he like passes out from like 7 p.m. to like 6 a.m. And for like a baby, that's really
fire.
good. Yes, really fire. So like I don't feel guilty when I like go out at night because like I know he's just like kind of tucked in.
Yeah, he's sleeping.
He's a sleepy baby.
Yeah, that's so cute.
So it's going pretty well. Yeah.
What's like what's your comedy like goal? Like what's like when you like do your visualizations?
Yeah.
What's the Bassam Shawl
My mood
trajectory?
I'd love to kind of at least, I think when The Daily Show was at its peak,
Yeah.
it would have been great
Yeah.
to have been like a
And
correspondent.
fire. I know.
Right? Josh Johnson's just doing such a good job
Yeah.
that it's like never going to be done better than him. And that show probably won't exist in like 3
I know.
years. It's
Yeah.
kind of nuts. It's so funny when we started, like Twitter was such the biggest entry point
Yeah.
into so many of these jobs.
I know.
And now like it's just like the biggest cesspool.
Yeah, I deleted it.
Yeah.
I'm not on there because I would open Twitter and it'd be like, tell me if Michelle Obama's a man or not.
Yeah.
Hate speech that used to only come up on my timeline ironically
Yeah.
or people making fun of it, and now it's in my face.
Now it's in your face.
Now I open Threads and it's like, well, I'm not opening that because that's just people talking shit about like the state of comedy.
Yeah, it's so
boring.
inside baseball.
Yeah, and it's like, what is it? It seems like Twitter in 2017. You open Threads and it'll be someone being like, I saw a lineup with no women on it. Like, what is this? I'm like, that's what you're tweeting or threading about?
Yeah.
Bruh, give me a break.
Yeah, I feel like you can't get big off Threads in the way that like Twitter was such a big launch point for so many people.
People were getting jobs.
Insane jobs, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so yeah, I think the Daily Show was like such a big aspiration for me. Then it's just like obviously kind of like in the periphery now. I was always into like the idea of like I'd love to do a sitcom.
Yeah.
To be like part of a sitcom.
Love.
And I love doing stand up, but I was never in the mindset of like I want to do this full time.
Like stand up.
Yeah.
Like Brian Regan, full-time stand up, touring, bus. Yeah. You want to be like multi yeah, variety.
Here.
Yeah. You like to write?
Yeah, I like to write, but I don't think like I'm cut out maybe for the late night experience.
It's a lot.
Because it seems like the people that we've talked to, it seems like, it's really crash and burn.
Even SNL seems like a shit show to be on.
I mean, I have an Adderall prescription, so
yeah.
Chris Red,
call me, bro.
Yeah. We can share
I could definitely see like in a year like, oh, SNL announces new cast members and there's your fucking face.
I doubt that.
Like
dude.
you're the next like they always like they keep like testing like stand-ups. Obviously you'd be out after 2 years because that's also what happens to the stand-ups they hire.
Yeah.
I feel like they hire stand-ups to show us like fuck you and then like they put us through the ringer and then fire us to show us like stand-ups think they're so cool and we sit around and shit talk SNL. So they're like, I'm gonna hire you and then fire you.
It's a groundlings like conspiracy.
Yes.
Yeah. There's a cabal of improv people that are just like we need to humble them.
We're taking down Emil.
Yeah.
We're taking down Michael Longfellow.
That was insane, bro.
Nuts.
Yeah.
He was good too.
Yeah, if you see like the Reddit threads, it's just like you're like people are like taking it
People
back.
are like, take
Longfellow
me back.
too.
I know.
Longfellow especially. Yeah. I even like for like Mom Donnie, I'm kind of surprised that they didn't cast anyone initially that could kind of like fill that role. But I think maybe they just like beholden to some type of like institutional thing where it's like we're not even gonna touch this guy. Fuck this guy.
Right.
But they got Rami to play him.
I know.
Rami's like obviously he's Muslim, but he's like an Arab.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a little bit different. But no, I don't know if like SNL would ever be in my future. I doubt that.
You don't think, and then you do.
I'm thinking more of a Quibi kind of a show.
Okay, Quibi, yeah, or trivia. What was that called? HQ trivia or whatever.
I met that guy. He had a great vintage collection, like vintage like t-shirts.
Really?
Scott, whatever.
Yeah. What was his name?
Scott Ragnowski.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. He had a lot of cool vintage.
Didn't
stuff.
someone from HQ trivia kill himself or something?
I
don't know.
Yeah.
You kind of got good style. You got good street style.
It's only because my wife, dude. My wife dresses.
Is she a fashion? Yes. Parsons. Yeah, Parsons. So she'd be putting you in Supreme, and she probably had you having a crossbody bag, like when they first started coming out.
Easily.
Yeah.
She's like, no one's wearing tight jeans anymore.
Stop.
And I was like, what?
Yeah. What are you talking about? Your jeans are hugging your balls.
Bro,
Honey,
I was such an emo kid. I was like, yo, I love the fucking. Like,
I love Taking Back Sunday.
Yeah, yes. Dude, My Chemical Romance, dude. Yeah.
But now she's got you in the loose fits. Little fleece. Good colors. Colors.
Very very Frog and Toad.
Toad and Frog. So cute.
Yeah. I was like, this is my aesthetic.
Yeah. So cute.
So yeah, I've definitely I noticed that like both my comedy and my fashion got better after being with my wife.
Yeah.
And I hate to give her that credit, but it is what it
is.
Dude,
it is what it is. Yeah. Women are funny.
Women are funny, but they know they can shape men into something.
Into men.
I guess you could say that.
We meet you as boys, we turn you into men.
Boys to men.
And if you can't cooperate, you're done.
Yeah.
I don't do boys.
You don't do boys?
Boys to men. Okay? That's what we do. We train them.
You train them?
Yeah, like dogs. Because that's right.
God.
I said it.
Yeah.
Because you guys don't know how to live your lives. Men live their lives like, and I feel so shitty. Have you moved in the past week? Well, no. Like they don't know about routine and stuff.
Yeah.
Because women are forced into routine because we're forced to like be pretty and stuff.
Yeah.
You guys aren't forced to like look a certain way at all.
No, I agree with that. And like even like facial like moisturizer, all that kind of shit. It's like, oh wow, I had really bad skin.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I didn't want to tell you. I'm glad you.
You were really.
I'm glad you got a wife.
Yes.
To like turn it around.
Really.
So you love your wife, you love your kids, and we're gonna play a game. It's called Bussin with Bassam.
I'm excited.
And what do? We just say if Bassam thinks something's bussin'? Bussin' or not. Bussin' or not. Yeah, it's called Bussin' or not.
All right.
All right, so we got a list. And you're going to say bussin' or not.
Yeah.
Bussin' or not. Bussin'. Bussin' or not. Sinners.
Bussin'. I took, because I work for the company that put that movie on.
Yep.
And so I got the early screener. and I took my wife to that, and I was blown away.
You a big film head?
Yeah,
Are you a cinephile?
we like a little letterbox.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yes, we're
We're friends on letterbox.
Sorry, anything I've talked about with people goes out of my brain when the mics come on.
Except Cyrus.
Because I remember we were talking about The Wiz, and I was at your comedy club, like he's on down the road.
Yeah.
Come on, he's on down the road.
And so I thought Sinners was such a good fucking movie, like just from the action point of view, but also like rewatching it, you're like, wow, this is, and it's probably Michael B. Jordan's best performance.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. And that music scene, you're like, wow, it's really good.
It was nuts.
Ryan Coogler is a good director. He's a very good director, and I think anything he puts out, he's not going to half-ass it.
Yeah.
But it was a really good movie for movie theaters because like original movies now, it's such a hard shake. But horror has replaced comedy in movie theaters.
No more. There's no more comedy.
There's no more comedies in theaters anymore. Horror is now like the big genre.
I mean, like Sinners and Weapons both getting like Golden Globes but noms, like that's nuts.
Yeah, prestige horror.
Unheard of.
Yes.
Get Out started it.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good point. But it comes from people who are comedic in a sense.
Yes.
You know, like, because like Zach Kreger, Whitest Kids You Know, and then Jordan Peele. Yeah, it's like, because horror and comedy, I guess, have like a similar
They're very
algorithm,
similar,
you know,
and kind of similar. Yeah, similar. Like, I think I could write a thriller.
I think
if I'm going to be frank.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think I could write a thriller about, you know, those communities where rich people live and they're like closed off, but they're kind of all inclusive communities.
Yeah.
And it'll be like on a golf course.
Is that Clarence, New York?
Is it exactly. More like it's an intentional like community, but it's basically like white as fuck.
Yeah.
And there'll be like a dining hall like in the community.
Really?
Yes.
So I did grow up on a golf course.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, like it was a golf
Really?
course. Yeah, it was like a nice area. But here, my neighborhood was like relatively.
We were comfortable.
No, but we were diverse. Like my neighbor was, we were Venezuelan and Cuban, and then there was Koreans, and then Italians.
Basically black.
Basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So was that like an gated community?
It wasn't gated, but it was like, it was tucked away.
It wasn't gated, but it was like, it was tucked away.
Let me just say, we didn't have bullet holes. We had golf balls.
Yes.
And so like those would be like the things that were like the hazards.
Are you a big golfer?
No.
Okay.
My dad is. He's a really good golfer. I want to get into it, but it's just.
I don't know. I went with my parents to their country club over Christmas.
So your parents belong to a country club?
Because my mom married a rich guy. Not growing up, but now she's with this guy who used to work at RIT, blah, blah, blah. And so I went to their country. I did a golf simulator. That shit sucked.
Yeah.
I don't understand the swing. I don't understand keeping your arms straight, ass out. It doesn't make sense for me.
There's too many things you got to think about.
Agreed.
But I like a driving range. I'm not opposed to driving.
Yeah. It's a top golf, etc.
Top golf,
right.
yeah.
Right. All right. Bussin' with Bassam. What about this? 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 Trump, Greenland. Come on, get out your lobbyist.
Yeah. Right. I'll say not busing just because it's like, dude, if you're trying to go after a country or like a territory that's like near America, get like a Caribbean country.
I know. Start small.
It's not small, but like take a vacation destination.
Yes.
So like if you were like, I'm gonna take the Bahamas, I think 50% of Americans would be like, I thought we already owned that.
Agreed.
You know?
Yep.
So it's like you could easily convince people.
Smoother path.
Yeah. If you're like trying to go into like St. Croix.
Yes.
You know, or Jamaica.
St. Bart's.
You know? Yeah. Like they're like, oh, Sandals is there.
Yeah.
It's already there. Right? So like
Atlantis.
It's what I'm saying, right? So like I feel like if you had made it, if he had just maybe focused it in like
you
a
gotta start
area.
small.
Because like my wife once, for her birthday, like her passport got so we couldn't go out of the country for it. And so like I had to scramble and try to find like a new destination, and the two options were like Puerto Rico or Hawaii. And it's like both of those, you're like, America obviously shouldn't have these things, but you know why they do.
Yes.
Because they're fucking stunning.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you just need a driver's license to get there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. Take those little things first. Not the biggest landmass up there.
And just like Greenland is like, it's just like Vermont on crack, dude.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Not a lot of people live there either.
Not a lot of people live there, you know?
Yeah.
It's just not a...
I don't know if you saw the Canadian Prime Minister yesterday got a standing ovation because he said like the age of American leadership is over.
Wow. Brave, bro.
I know.
Yeah.
But people gave him a standing muffa.
Nice.
Bye.
Headlining Union Hall next week.
Oh, yeah. Night Train, etc. Bussin' with Bassam. Cats.
Like the musical?
No. The animal.
The animal. Yeah, not bussin'.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
My cousin had a cat, and my cousin painted a lot, and so a lot of paint fumes got to this cat, got a little crazy, would like purr and like go up on you, and then when you tried to pet,
Done.
So I'm not a big fan of cats.
So you hate all cats for one paint fumed infested cat.
Yeah.
Wow. Inappropriate.
Anti-pussy.
Yeah, definitely.
My position.
Okay, Bussin' with Bassam. Books over movies. Books, reading a book instead of watching the movie. Do you read books?
I read books. What book have you read that's also a movie?
The Help.
The Green. What is it? Green Book?
Big Little Lies. No, I didn't read Green Book. What did I read?
I read The Godfather.
I read The Godfather too. But does that count? Because it came like after the movie came out.
No.
It came out like as the movie came out.
I don't know about that. That's Harry Potter. What are you describing?
No.
Yeah.
The Godfather came out after the movie was made.
No, I don't know. I don't agree with
Caroline, back me up. Caroline.
Caroline.
It's a good book. Don't get me wrong.
It came out in 1969, several years before the first film adaptation.
But it was like hand in hand.
I think it was
involved.
I think it was
involved.
yeah.
Yeah. Puzo was involved with the script.
Yeah, I think it was written with the intentions of it becoming a movie from the
Yeah,
get-go.
he probably had a story, and then his agent was like, "You can do a book, you can do a movie," and then Mario was like, "I'll just do it all. I'll just do it all. Okay."
Yeah.
So it can be foolproof.
I think it was. That's probably like my favorite. Like, I read the book, and the book was like quote unquote better than the movie.
Yeah.
But the movie's still really fucking
Book
good.
was bussin'.
Book was bussin'.
All sorts of little things that
Yeah.
that they
and
don't
I haven't read Dune,
I never do it either.
but after watching these movies, you know, maybe I got.
What's on your book list lately?
There's this book. It's called Status Anxiety. Wanted to be reading that. And
What is that? Nonfiction?
It's nonfiction. It's like quasi self-help.
Okay.
You know,
You have anxiety?
a little bit.
Do you go to therapy?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
What? But you paused.
Yeah, I go to therapy.
But that sounded like a dude who like hasn't been in a year, but is like, yeah, I go.
Yeah.
It's just been a second.
I mean,
That's
like,
what guys do. They'll be like, I go. I just have to hit my guy up.
it's always like he wants to do it on Zoom, and I'm like, nah. You know, I feel like we got to do this face to face.
Okay, got it.
You know what I mean?
I go
can't-
on Zoom.
You go on Zoom. It just feels like you're in a meeting.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
great.
No.
You log off and you're still in your house.
How can you be like vulnerable?
Right. I don't know.
On
I'm in
Zoom.
my house and it's like, I don't have as much time to think about it. So you just open up the thing and you're like, bleh.
But you live by yourself,
Yes,
so you can't really talk shit about
I know.
anything.
Yeah, I know.
or anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My marriage is great.
Yeah.
She's really pressuring me.
She's cooking so well.
No, yeah. Things are really good. I am in a bind.
Yeah. My wife's cooking. Bussin'.
Bussin'.
Yeah.
What sort of stuff is she making?
We don't really do Indian that much. But you know, we'll go all over the place. We
What's
kinda-
your chicken,
we do
tacos?
paella, you know.
Oh, yeah,
we do
paella.
some enchilada,
Oh,
you know.
enchilada.
I'm trying to think. We do a lot of good pastas. Like Marry Me Chicken. You heard of Marry Me Chicken?
Yeah, I've heard of Marry Me Chicken.
We have Marry Me
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fajitas. You know, there's a lot.
Delish.
Yeah, Bell and Evans.
Do you have a favorite Indian restaurant in the city?
I saw you put down Sema.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna say. Bussin' with Bassam. Last month, New York Times, New York Magazine, all talking about Sema.
They all love Sema.
Overrated or what?
I've never had it.
Okay.
I need to go because I am kind of like quasi like I love to go to like a nice restaurant. The thing about Indian food, and probably a lot of Indian people will tell you this, it's better when it's home cooked. And so when it's done in this like Michelin sort of like, you know, a little bit more elegantly, it's still good, but like you don't feel the sort of like warmth. The diarrhea doesn't hit the same.
Exactly.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I want it to burn.
Yeah, you need it to
on the way
burn
out.
for like a wedding weekend.
Yeah,
not
yeah,
just a
exactly.
one-day thing,
Yes,
you know?
yes, totally.
So Sema, I haven't been there yet, but you know.
What's your Indian order when you go to a restaurant?
So I'm a big fan of keema, which is basically like ground beef, sometimes like mixed with like peas.
Fire.
Yeah, I love keema. There's this thing called chicken. It's not chicken 6-7. It's not called that.
Chicken 6-7.
It's,
Fuck you.
It's not called that though. It's called chicken something. It's like named after a year, but it's kind of like a chili chicken kind of a thing.
Chicken 65?
Chicken 65. There you go.
okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay,
chicken
okay.
65. And
Vindaloo? You like Vindaloo?
I don't
A little
know.
spicy.
I don't mind the spice. Vindaloo's okay. I like bindi, which is like okra.
Yep.
Paneer.
Love paneer.
We love a paneer.
Love
What's your favorite?
Hana masala.
Hana masala?
Yeah.
Chana masala?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought it was Hana.
Hana?
Is it Chana?
Yeah, you think we're Jewish?
I don't know. I've been saying Hana masala for like 15 years now. It's Chana?
It's cheddar.
My fucking ass.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I like Chana masala.
Yeah.
Yeah, just chickpeas and shit.
Chippies.
So fucking good.
Yeah, it's a pretty quality dish. Yeah, I don't know. The thing with Kashmir is like our food is very, there's like milk gravy.
Yeah.
And there's like lamb cooked in it, and so it's very like it's different. It's a little bit different from like what you'd get from like a standard like Indian restaurant.
Are there
in America.
Kashmiri restaurants in New York?
Not really. There's definitely like probably like Pakistani or Indian restaurants that serve Kashmiri stuff, but in general, like our food is like very it's a little out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's this thing called Vazwan, which like you eat it on like this huge platter with like other dudes. It's like a little like orgy
Yes.
with like a huge rice
Yes.
base, and then like they put like animal in any way you can think, where like the intestines,
Yeah.
like like tripe essentially. But then like you have like the cuts that are different.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of like lamb. It's a lot of goat. It's very carnivorous. It's too heavy.
Yeah, it sounds fire though.
It sounds fire. It
Sounds like
a
a version of a Brazilian steakhouse.
It's
kind of.
like it's a garbage plate.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes.
yeah, it's
Can
really-
you tell the
yeah.
listeners what a garbage plate is for those who might not know?
If you're not familiar with a garbage plate, because you live in Rochester.
Yeah, I
now?
went to Geneseo.
So yeah, I remember your Sean Murphy episode. It's like the food in Western and Central New York. It's very, it's cozy. It's very
Yes.
sloppy.
Sloppy.
Yeah. So garbage plate. It's like French fries, macaroni salad, mustard.
Yep, meat sauce.
Meat sauce, which is
Yep.
like ground beef.
And then meat.
and then another meat.
You can put like a patty or a hot dog on it.
It's insane.
And you do hot sauce,
the hot
mustard
sauce,
all over it.
the onions,
Yep.
the raw. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
And you mix it all together and you eat it. Mac salad. You eat it all mixed
and
up.
this is like their attempt at like halal.
Yeah. White sauce, hot sauce.
Yeah, white sauce, hot
Yeah, it is
sauce.
actually really
Yeah.
similar.
It's
Yeah.
just like, oh man, it's so fucking. It just does you in for a while.
When you were in Syracuse, did you party a lot?
yeah, I
Obviously, I mentioned your fraternity up top.
mean, I know, but it was like a brown frat. It was like barely. It was very harmless.
Yeah, you guys were like, did you volunteer? Did you do like
Yeah.
community service and stuff?
Dude, we volunteered for like the veterans, and it was like, oh, we're a brown frat, and like these guys have like served in like Fallujah.
Giving them shell shock.
Yeah, they're like, what? I thought we escaped.
Yeah.
We're in the woods.
What the fuck? Yeah. No, sir, I'm bringing you Meals on Wheels.
And so it's like, and it's not halal.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, we would definitely party. Syracuse was interesting because I would go as a high schooler to the Syracuse parties because they had like
okay.
that off campus, and so like
Oh, sick as fuck.
I was like going to these places and like feeling like I was cool.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, this
Yeah.
is like kind of like you're like jailbait.
Yeah.
But no one's fucking me.
No
You know
one's
what I
fucking
mean?
here,
Yeah.
Still, but
yeah.
and so I drank a lot when I went to college. I
Yeah, I remember you
binged,
mentioned that.
yeah,
Yeah.
binge drinking.
What was
It was
the
so
drink?
cold.
Alcohol?
Yes,
What, the beer?
it was. It would be like Odessa vodka, like the cheapest vodka.
Not even Labatt.
Because I hated Labatt.
What?
Yeah, nasty.
Blasphemy.
I think it's because I drank warm Labatt in high school and I threw up a lot of it, so
Yeah.
I never got into it.
That's fair.
I don't like that beer that's like beer.
What was your first beer? What was your first drink?
First drink ever was in a family trip to Ireland. I had Bailey's
Well, I mean, that's...
when I was like
Yeah,
14.
you have to do that.
First time I blacked out was at a lake house of my friends. We drank Grey Goose.
Canandaigua?
It was actually Angola, which is like
Angola?
north of Buffalo.
Oh, okay.
And,
yeah. Not Africa.
Yeah, I wish. And we were drinking Grey Goose.
Well, that would be a real blackout if you were in Angola.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah, and I was like, and I drank Grey Goose, and then I got hammered off keg beer. And then in college, I would just get the cheapest vodka, which was like Odessa.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not Sky.
And we would just, a little bit of that,
Little
a
Sky.
little UV blue.
UV Blue.
And then Smirnoff.
Smirnoff.
Any plastic bottle of vodka.
Were you
we
a
would drink.
Were you a Four Loco head?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I freshman year of college, Four Loko still had caffeine in it.
Yeah, that was my
I
senior year of high
got
school.
so f***ed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First time I
So
blacked out.
fun.
Yeah.
So fun because you'll get blackout and it's snowing out. But you can't feel how cold it is.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
like, whoa.
It is kind of like taking Molly.
Yes.
Where your senses are completely dulled.
Yeah,
Yeah. But yeah, that was the thing. I think in upstate, it's just like there's nothing else to do.
No.
And so like sports.
Did you
and-
go
and
to all the
losing.
basketball games where you're like, go Orange?
Dude, it was like so much of my personality. Like it was so sad to like have like my mood really just be like
Right.
determined by this basketball team where like I wouldn't watch ESPN for days just because I just couldn't deal with the loss. And my birthday's in March, so I was a really big fan of March Madness.
Yes.
But yeah, with Syracuse basketball, it was like I would go to a lot of games, and then as a student, I would go to a lot of games. And it sucks because now they're not that good, and our football team's good. I
Yep.
was never a big football guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I had so much orange in my wardrobe.
Yeah.
Like I was like, why is this my aesthetic,
I'm
dude.
saying
You know
for
what I
the
mean?
guys who are in classes with me.
Just the S.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And you probably did you have a Syracuse basketball poster? In your, the
dude.
usual.
I jerked off to Carmelo.
Absolutely.
Yeah, bro.
Did you ever go to a party and one of the b-ball players was there?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, some of the b-ball players actually went to my high school.
Oh, wow.
Our high school program was so good.
Yeah.
We had a few people who like moved on and played Syracuse basketball. But yeah, I remember like just being like so hyped.
Yeah.
That I was like, wow, we're at a party.
Dude,
You guys are
so
here.
cool.
Dude. And I remember like throwing my own parties, and I would invite like a guy that I met on the football team, and my friends were like, bro, why are you inviting him?
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's not gonna help the ratio.
Why wouldn't I?
Yeah. I was
Dude,
like, bro,
he's sick as
football player, dude.
We're supposed to get girls in.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he plays football.
Yeah. It's not even the chick school, you know.
Come on.
So yeah, it was a mistake on my part, but yeah,
No, not a mistake.
not a mistake.
That's sick as
It was sick as fuck.
yeah. And so you guys threw parties.
We threw parties,
Yep.
yeah. And I remember we like rented out our house to like the community college. So like there's like people from this community college, and they completely destroyed our house.
Oh
and the
my
cops
God.
showed up, and then I like fucking like just like locked my door and like didn't answer.
Not happening.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, for my room.
Oh my God.
So people got the ticket, but yeah.
Bussin' with Bassam. Snowstorms, cold weather. You probably like them because you're from Syracuse.
Bussin'.
Bussin', yeah.
I feel like, especially like in New York City, we're used to like the crazy climate,
Mm-hmm.
and so it doesn't really phase us that much. But it feels like for me, it's like I'm gonna work harder just by being out here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be a little bit more intentional. I'm gonna take shit a little bit more seriously. I like to have layers. You know what I mean? Like,
Me
especially on
too.
stage.
Yep.
And so I like the cold. Even like when I would like vacation, like I like to snowboard, so I like to go to like the mountain. But yeah, I feel like I can get like a little bit like kind of like bored or like lazy if I'm like in a nice area.
Yeah,
When you go to LA, it's like LA is like nice for like a week,
I know.
but then like you get like super bored, and then the fact that like there's no seasons really,
A little repetitive. Feels
It's
very
repetitive.
Truman Show.
time moves slower.
Yes.
And so yeah, I think you can really like feel out like your progress or like how you're
Yeah.
kind of growing and evolving throughout.
Yeah.
Just like, oh, this is Christmas, this
Yeah.
is the spring,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
And then you obviously appreciate more of these things more when you're there.
Yes, exactly.
And then, you know, New York is a fun hell and LA is a sad heaven. And, you know, the
Yes.
fact that there is snow here, it's not overwhelming.
Right.
You know? And so, but it looks nice when there's snow here.
Yes, it does.
And so I'm excited for
Syracuse
snow.
definitely looks way nicer with snow.
Yeah, but it's so fucking depressing because, like, there's no sun.
Yes.
And so, like, with here, like, you'll get some good sunlight. I went to, like, Boulder. I was obsessed with Boulder and Denver because I was like, wow, it's snow.
Yeah.
But there's so much
Sun.
sunlight,
I
right?
know.
There's all these baddies, all these snow bunnies.
I know.
Yeah, right?
Nalgene baddies.
And there's this comedy scene that's great here.
Yeah.
I almost thought about moving to Colorado for a little bit. I remember I did the Comedy Works new talent mic. I was really struggling in New York. Like, I was, like, not getting any stage time. I was, like, barking a lot. And I was like, do I want to quit? And I visited a friend who lived in Boulder. And then I went to the Comedy Works in Denver because like a bartender was like, yeah, they have a new
And the
talent mic.
audience was amazing. The comedians are so supportive there.
It was insane.
Yeah.
Like the levels of jokes I was doing were so bad and so hack,
Yeah.
but they loved it.
Loved, yeah.
And so I was like, I have to keep doing this. And so Colorado saved my life.
Oh my God. It's a great club.
Great club.
Yeah.
It doesn't pay their people, but
No,
you know,
no.
they paid me in experience.
Then they do this this hazing program where like if I headline, they'll have like a guest spot like on my show, and they're not getting paid.
Yeah.
They have this weird program, kind of like the Comedy Store has like a development program.
yeah,
I'm
development
like, if
spot,
people
yeah.
are driving to a club, you have to pay them.
I feel
Sorry.
like that's,
Sorry.
But I think we're just so hammered into this fact that it's like, next person up will do this.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
They won't
I know.
complain. Yeah.
I know.
But yeah, guest spot, and someone was like, Monroe Martin was like, you know what guest spot means? Like, what? It's like, guess who's not getting paid?
Hey, that's fire.
That's fire.
That's fire. Okay, last one. Bussin' with Bassam. Bollywood films.
So I don't have enough authority to speak on this. Where I definitely watched Bollywood growing up, but not that many movies. But they are a bussin'. I didn't appreciate them as a kid. They felt very cringe. They felt very cheesy, and like I didn't really want to embrace them. But then like when you kind of like get a little bit older in life, I feel like, you know, with your family and how they kind of like watch this shit. But no, dude, there's so much that goes into them. The
Yeah.
costumes and
Yes,
the dancing.
the whole thing, yeah.
And like, you know, there's never really I think 99.9% of any Bollywood film, they're all musicals.
Yeah.
So as a musical person, you kind of are like, okay, I can like respect this. I can appreciate
Yeah.
this. There's some that are completely fucking iconic. And I actually like, you know, bonded with my wife over the pandemic, over the fact that we would like get really blaze and watch Bollywood movies. And it felt good that you can kind of like do that with someone.
That's cute as
So yeah, Bollywood's
Bollywood's bussin'.
Yeah.
That's so cute.
It's cute.
Okay, we got one more segment, and then we'll
Yeah.
wrap up.
No.
This one is, we're just going to go over, like, recent news stuff.
Yeah.
And make fun of it. Okay. So, Caroline, show us some images from the week. We got the Olympics are coming up.
Ooh.
I don't know if you're excited. You said you're a snowboarder, skier.
Yeah, I love the winter. Winter Olympics are so much more entertaining than
They're so
Summer
classy.
Olympics. Yeah.
They're so white
there's an
people.
Yeah.
It's like white people being, like the episode of South Park where they go to the ski and the timeshare.
Yeah.
You seen that episode?
No, I've never seen it.
Yeah.
I was a big South Park guy. Yeah, I should be.
They're on the mountain and there's like a bully on the mountain. Okay, so these are the teams. Can you show us the one team from Norway who finagled their outfits illegally? There was a team in Norway who was caught making their outfits more aerodynamic by making a little slot for their dicks. If Caroline can give us more info on that.
Oh, the penis gate thing?
Yes.
Penis gate?
Yeah, they're calling it penis gate.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like the Olympics, the Winter Olympics especially, it's like you'll see people do some crazy things.
Yes. Well, there's an ice skater who's doing backflips.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
No, I didn't see that.
They banned backflips until last year,
Uh-huh.
and now he's in here doing backflips.
Yeah, the
on
winter,
the ice.
Yeah, the
He's
winter.
going to die.
It's crazier. They can do crazier, more out
Yes.
of pocket shit, like
Yeah.
snowboarding and like skiing.
Summer is very like team sports, running,
Skeet shooting.
swimming's cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
Swimming's cool.
Yeah.
I actually saw a little Paralympics. There's this guy who's a swimmer. He has like no limbs,
Oh wow.
or he only has legs or something.
Yeah.
And he's fast as fuck. I realized if I was physically disabled, I'd definitely get in the water.
Yeah.
I would definitely get in the water.
Why not?
Because there's no like the limitations are less.
Yeah.
You can move around like
Yeah, actually.
there's
yeah,
no your body isn't.
It's gonna float still. Yeah.
Yeah. Can you tell us about the
Okay,
penis gate?
so penis gate is so officials are investigating suspicions that some male competitors, I guess on the Norwegian ski team, have injected their genitals with hyaluronic acid to alter key body measurements used to size their competition suits. So each athlete's suit dimensions are determined by a 3D scan that measures stride length from the lowest point of the genital area.
Ew.
A longer measure can result in a slightly larger suit, acting like a bigger wing to increase lift and slow descent as they glide through the air.
Cock play.
Cock play.
Yep. So are they disqualified? Or the officials are probably like, we don't know how to deal with this. We've never seen something like this before.
They can just say they're trans and it'll be easier.
Literally.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're saying no further measurements are planned, but they're working on methods to improve this complex problem.
Wow.
I guess they're pushing for additional checks, and yeah, maybe if they, don't pass it, they'll get disqualified.
Do you think that people who are circumcised and people who are not circumcised, there's probably like a little bit of a difference in
Yes,
performance?
definitely.
Yeah.
If you are circumcised, you're probably better off, right?
Better off.
Yeah.
Well, 'cause there's less. There's
Less skin.
less weight, weight,
Or
yeah.
maybe not circumcised because it's more like
Yeah.
one.
You get warmth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's cons and there's
Right, pros and cons.
Yeah,
Pros
yeah.
and cons for sure. Give us another news piece, Caroline.
Naomi Osaka showed up in this jellyfish-inspired outfit
Oh,
at the
looking
Australian
good.
Open.
Looking good.
Okay.
Never seen that before?
No,
Well, we've never seen a Haitian Japanese player.
that's
ever.
the thing.
Right.
There's a
You
first
know.
time for everything.
Yeah, that's a crazy combo,
Wow.
to say the least.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
All right, next.
Well, I had this Naomi Osaka thing where it was like, because like half her life she was like, she's Japanese.
Yeah.
So she's probably like, people were like, oh, you eat dogs.
Yeah.
And then like the Haitian part
Yeah.
came out recently, and she's like, okay, so both of you parts of you.
Her being Haitian only came out recently?
No,
Or the
she's
Haitians eating dogs.
Haitians eating dogs.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's just like, that's a double.
You eat double dogs.
Yeah, yeah.
Motherfucker eating double dogs.
Double dog dare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else we got?
I guess the New Jersey governor's one of his last laws he's passing is that cursive handwriting will be mandated
Man.
Oh.
to be taught in schools.
Oh, I didn't know where that was going.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
A little. All right.
Jersey's being
Is
fancy.
he fucking a teacher or something?
Yeah, yeah. You can't pump your gas, but
Right.
they trust you to write
But
cursive.
we will need you to do script.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're classy people over here.
I fucking love cursive. Learning cursive, so easy.
Yeah, it was cool to feel like, you can be
Yeah.
a little like fancy with it.
Did you ever take piano lessons or anything growing
I
up?
took piano.
You know when you start and you see like the sharp and the
staccato?
flats, and you're like,
Yeah.
someday I'll learn what that is.
Yeah, yeah,
And then
yeah.
you do, and you're like, that's what it is. That's crazy.
Crazy.
You're
It's,
like,
it's Italian.
It's a note up. That's crazy.
It's Italian in italics.
Yes, that's how I felt about learning cursive. I was like, oh, I finally learned.
You took piano
What?
too?
Yes.
Wow.
Yep.
How many years?
5 to 18.
5 to
Like my whole childhood.
Wow, Jesus.
Yes.
You had recitals?
Yeah.
Where were they, at a church?
Yeah, it was a mix. 'Cause we moved a lot because we started in Buffalo, and then we were like in Virginia and Massachusetts for a second, but then ended up back in Buffalo.
Yeah.
So we would do churches, we
Yeah.
would do old folks home recitals, and then when I ended up in Clarence, my teacher was like prestigious. So I would do shows at like piano stores, like Steinway stores,
wow.
where people would have showcases. And
Yeah.
I played piano for the wind ensemble in our school.
The JFL of piano playing.
Exactly. Yeah. And I thought I was going to minor in piano performance, but it was too much practicing. I don't like to practice.
Yeah.
I like to like bang out songs and then be like, all right, I'm done.
So I didn't like to practice either. And like I remember like the teacher, she would like have it in the notebook. It's like, okay, you would X this date
Yep.
if you practice on this date. And I was
Yes.
like, never practicing. I
Nope.
would just show up, and it was like a week later. I'd be like, I kind of remember what we did last
me
week,
too.
so I kind of will improve on what we did last
Yeah.
week. But no, piano. I remember like going to the recitals, and you're like, wow, I'm a good piano player. And then you have like other people. You're like, wow,
You're like, who the fuck are they?
bro, there's sheet music.
You told me I was a star student.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looked like
Yeah, there's
Swahili.
sheet music.
Yeah. I'm playing like like Ode to Joy.
Literally.
Dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun, dun.
I'm playing Linus and Lucy.
Yeah.
And
Meanwhile,
then
these guys are
they're
playing Debussy.
concertos.
Concerto-
Motherfuckers doing Rachmaninoff. Like,
Rachmaninoff?
what are we doing?
Yeah,
There
yeah.
was this kid in my high school, Joey Mohan. I think he went to Juilliard for piano. He
Wow.
was like a prodigy.
Yeah.
And he could just play like no one else's
Not
business.
Eastman. He didn't go to Eastman.
No, but I
Yeah.
did have a friend who went to Eastman, and now he teaches conducting at University of Georgia.
Very cool.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a pretty good trajectory. For
Gotta
it.
play piano. Are you gonna have your kid do piano and
I think because it's such a smart idea to kind of like you're drilling in some type of discipline.
yeah?
Piano is the entry point, I think, to all music. Because
Agreed.
of obviously the keys.
When I picked up band, when we started band in 4th grade or 5th grade, so easy.
so easy.
I was
reading music is
skyrocketing.
easy. Yeah, reading music is always.
I was like, these bitches have to learn how to read music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like for like Brown and Daisy parents, it's like being able to like perform for like family members, like they love that kind of shit.
Everyone gather around.
Gather around.
Bassam's gonna play the fucking for Elise.
For the lease. No, I was playing like the beginning of like that All American Reject song, It Ends Tonight. It's like down, 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 down.
Yep.
So that was like my big one.
When darkness comes tonight. Yeah, I would do that. I would play Spoon, The Way We Get
Spoon,
By.
yeah.
And like also, yeah.
Yeah. Wow, actually, yeah, it's a good piano
It was
song.
good. It was easy. Yeah. Boom, ba-dee-dee-dee-doo.
Have you ever tried to incorporate piano into your act?
No, but lately, and I've been
feel
saying
like-
this for like a year now.
Yeah.
Lately, I've been thinking I should do comedy songs.
Yeah.
Or even like a really stupid song and put it on Instagram Reels. Like a stupid song about like how I made a shitty dinner and
Yeah.
like put it on
Dude,
Reels.
I mean, like, look at Craig Robinson, man.
I know.
Like, that guy is just
I
such
know.
a good performer.
Any sort of
with
like
it.
differentiating you can
Yeah.
do and setting yourself apart. Yes, I have a keyboard, so I just need to just do it. Just do it.
Fucking do it, dude.
I know.
Yeah.
But then you can get on. I think at home stuff. Yes.
Then you'll be an
I need
alt
to do
comic.
more.
Then you'll be
I
an
know.
alt comic.
I'm so
You'll
excited.
finally be a Brooklyn comic.
Then I'll finally get on Vulture's
Yeah.
comics to watch this year.
That'd
I've
be
never been
nice.
on any of those lists.
Neither have I. It's whatever. It's humbling. I will say, like, for like even like the industry stuff, like I feel like for most of my career, kind of been flying like under like the radar,
Yeah.
relatively speaking. But like I have like at least like a fun JFL story I'll tell you, where like the auditions were like very like wrapped and like unwrapped for a while.
Yeah.
And so like you didn't actually showcase for unwrapped, like you just had to like send a tape.
Yes.
And so for rep
And this is the
showcase-
Just for Laughs Festival, which is
Montreal.
historically very prestigious
Very
in
nice.
Montreal. Now it's kind of
Quebecois.
not as much, but they used to have repped, so you could. They have the New Faces, which is if you're listening and you don't know, it's like basically you get back in the day you get New Faces and then you'd get on SNL.
Yeah.
Like, you get New
You
Faces.
get a deal,
and
development deal.
You get a deal.
Yeah.
So they have auditions for New Faces if you have a manager and an agent, or you can just send a tape unrepped.
Yeah. And that's like a shot in the dark, but you still kind of have to like know someone.
Yes.
To kind of like,
yeah.
you know,
To
them do
get your
that.
video up there.
So they were having showcases at the Stand, and the owner of the Stand, Chris Italia, kind of like semi-managing me at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And the show is going pretty quickly, and so he's like, "We'll put you up at the end if you want, and you can do your set." And I was kind of like, I don't know if I want to do this.
Yeah.
And so like there was like it didn't feel right.
Like sneak you onto the
Yeah,
showcase.
sneaking me onto the showcase, right?
Or
It didn't
good
feel
manager.
right. And I asked like, I was like, Chris, like, can you ask like the producer of like the booker, like, you know, if he'd be okay with that? He's like, I'm not gonna ask him that. I'm like, okay. So all of these people are around me, like, there's other comics and there's like an agent, and the agent's like, look, personally, I tell you should do it. Professionally, I tell you shouldn't do it. And I was like, that's not helpful at all.
Not helpful at
You know what I mean?
all.
Like, this is gonna cause me so much more stress. So I don't end up doing it, and it's a huge regret because the booker was like, I would have been okay with him doing that. I would have assumed it was a check spot, and if I liked his set, I would have like watched his unrepped submission tape.
Yeah.
And so I didn't get JFL that year. Fine, right?
Fine.
So Monroe Martin was hosting that showcase where like I didn't do that. Right? So then like a week later, Monroe was like, "Let me pull you aside." He's like, "Don't listen to these other people. Do what you got to do."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like blah blah blah. So 4 months later, it's comics to watch the New York Comedy Festival.
Another showcase.
So, another showcase. I didn't initially make the first cut, but then the stand was like, "Why didn't he make the first cut? We recommended him. He has a good tape." Blah blah blah. And they're like, "We actually would love to see him. Is he any chance can he come to LA?" I was actually already on my way to LA randomly.
Oh, weird.
And so Carolyn Gittimer,
Oh,
shouts.
Shout out.
Love you, Carolyn.
Love you.
She came to the Comedy Store. She watched my set.
She's such a supporter.
I crushed it, and she was like, "You were so amazing. You got comics to watch. Really excited." And so come back to New York for the showcase. My in-laws are there, and Monroe was hosting again.
Weird.
And it's in the same place as at the
Run it
stand.
back.
And the booker of JFL is there. And the agent who was there also was in like the same area. And so this time I'm on the show. Have the best set of the night. I crushed the set, right?
Always.
And then, you know, the JFL guy was like, you know, "Oh, you were great. Like, you're unrepped." He's like, "Yeah, submit for unrepped." They go bankrupt that year.
Yeah.
Right? And then the Colbert booker was there, and Colbert's going off the air.
Yep.
And then the agent who was like telling me I shouldn't do it and blah, blah, blah. And then she was like, "Oh, you were so great. Like, I was so happy to see, like, good for you, man." She got fired.
Yep.
Yeah. And so it was like such a great, like, oh, wow, everything kind of came together.
Yes.
And it really like felt like I earned this moment.
Yep.
And then you just realize like at
All
the end,
falls
it's like
apart.
all falls apart.
Yep.
And you're going to have to just like figure it out on your own.
Yep.
But that was like, oh, wow, this is such a humbling JFL moment. You know?
I feel like that shit always happens to me too. Like I'll get something and they're like, actually, the whole thing's closed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, the Comedy Store wants to do it. Oh, bomb threat. There's a bomb threat. You know?
Many variables, and like a lot of people are always like, you know, comedy, like half of comedy is just showing up, and so like I feel like in those moments, a lot of times it was just like I had to be at the right time at like the right place.
Yeah.
But it felt good that I just didn't feel like it was like maybe my talent was being questioned anymore.
No.
It felt it was just like more like, oh, okay, these are like variables. It's like outside of my fucking control. The industry's changing.
Yeah,
Is what it is.
it's really just the industry crumbling, and we're still funny as
We're still
so,
funny as yeah.
Suck a my dica.
Hey,
Bassam, I really appreciate you coming into the Madhouse today.
dude, so happy to be.
I
in
had
the
a
house.
blast and a half.
Yeah, bro.
Obviously, since you've been here, I want to gift you a
Oh my god,
Maddy Smith official shirt, which I think your wife would like.
Yes.
I feel like it's super streetwear.
It is.
Betty Boop. I gave you a large
I don't
just
have
because
enough.
you're a man.
I am, and you know, baggies in.
Exactly.
Yes. Oh, I love.
It's
Betty.
going to look so good.
She was definitely one of the first people I cranked it to. I love it.
It's,
Maddie, but
Yeah.
okay, but that's you? Is that supposed to be
yeah,
you?
it's me as Betty Boop.
But you're like a little bit more of a ginge, right?
I don't know. I don't design them.
You don't
Okay,
design.
I just
Okay.
say sounds good. Send me 50.
Dude, I'm hyped.
All right?
I'm so excited to
Cute
have
as
this.
fuck. And
Yeah.
tell everyone where we can find you.
You can find me at Bassam Shawl on all of the platforms. Yeah, you can find me at the Stand. I also do sometimes at New York Comedy Club.
Facts.
I'll hit the road a little bit. I'm doing Boston in March. I'm doing
What club?
Austin, Hideout.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and then Austin in March as well. So if you're out
Cute.
there.
Cap City?
East Austin.
Oh, East Austin Comedy
Brown
Club.
owned.
Yes, it's.
Brown owned.
Oh, is it? Who owns that?
Reza?
Oh, okay, cute.
Yeah.
Nice.
Do that, yeah.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you, Bassam, and we'll see you guys next week on the Madhouse.
Bussin'.
Peace.